Hi guys, this is Mattias, and I'm coming at you here with another video from one of the test servers. This time I'm playing Just Survive. Now, some of the changes that has been implemented are the same as in King of the Kill. For the ones of you who saw the previous video from the test server, you probably noticed that anything that is lootable, whether it's something laying on the ground or in a shelf, or whether it's something that you have to open, like a fridge or a dryer or some such, or like in this case a file cabinet, if you can loot it, it gets highlighted now in a different way. It starts shimmering, and some of the people are very much against this. I have to say I'm probably one of them who feels like this doesn't really belong in a survival game, in all honesty. But yeah, it's maybe not the biggest of deals. One of the changes they made also is that you now spawn in with a hatchet in your inventory. Now, since melee combat has recently been buffed, this hatchet is actually quite a dangerous weapon when it comes to primitive combat. And I really hope that they will make some adjustments to the bows and the crossbows as well, and also implement some more range type weapons for primitive combat, but I'll talk more about that later on in the video. I'm pretty sure they're also going to change some of the car spawns in the future as well. So now I want to continue talking about something that has received quite a lot of attention, and that is the spawn system. Now, Just Survive just recently did get some changes to the spawn system, which allowed you to spawn in basically wherever you wanted to on the map. Now, this was a little bit, I don't know, this changed up the PvP aspect of the game a little bit too much and gave especially big groups too much of a big advantage. Now, honestly, I don't think it's all about big groups versus smaller groups or solo players, because bigger groups are always going to have a massive advantage in that regard. Here you saw me, I was trying to be fancy here. I was trying to lure one of those zombies into being attacked by this bear. Instead, those bastards decided to team up against me, and I got wrecked. Now, just like on the regular servers, you see a little timer before you can choose your spawn point, but here is where the change happens. Now, since I died in G9, I can no longer spawn in that hex, and all the other 8 surrounding hexes are also blocked for spawns. Now let me continue talking a little bit about the makeshift bow here. And since this bow is almost like a default weapon, you can craft it basically from the get-go. And since there are a lot of people that are against anything that is related to PvP, basically, there's probably a lot of people that are against this weapon being even stronger than it is today. Which, let's be honest, the way the game works now, with all the changes that has been made since the game launched, and especially with the recent melee buff, this weapon is way too weak. In all honesty, I think it makes it boring. And the biggest problem I see is it has to do with your movement penalty and the time it takes to draw the bow. On top of that, I think the projectile drop is too much and the projectile speed is too slow. Now, the way this game is now, I would like the makeshift bow to be almost at the point of where the wooden bow and the recurve bow is. They are very similar, so I'm basically talking about them as one and the same, even though the recurve bow is a little bit better. Now, what they could implement is, of course, instead of just buffing the bow itself, is that they could implement some more advanced arrows that would give any of the bows just a bit of an increase in effectiveness. What the fuck? So now, even though the recurve bow and the wooden bow are way better than the makeshift bow, at this state of the game, I still think they are actually too weak. Now, aside from just talking about their combat effectiveness, I think that the recurve bow, they just normally spawn in with way too little durability. And I guess that if you have a base and you play on the same server all the time, you won't have any problems finding enough weapons repair kits or enough bows to replace whatever is broken. But for new players and players that like to hop from server to server, it's quite a bit of a problem. Now, on top of that, I would also like to see some new range weapons, some new primitive range weapons. And some of the things that I was thinking about are either throwable stuff, such as throwing knives and throwing stars and whatever, and also a few pneumatic weapons. Also keep in mind that we want new weapons that actually matters, not another R380 or another throwable makeshift hatchet. That doesn't make any sense. There's really no point implementing a useless weapon, something that I feel I shouldn't have to say, but I am saying it anyway. Now when it comes to the durability of the bows, perhaps each shot should only take down about half as much of its condition as it does now. How are you on shotgun shells?
I've got none. I've got 0.
Okay, here. So in all honesty, my first hour or so on the test server was rather boring. There was basically no people, no PvP, and I'm not a big fan of the whole zombies and wolves and all that PvE type of gameplay. However, the first part of the video that you've seen so far was from the experimental server, the Nomad server. It doesn't allow base building or anything, and I'm sure that would be a massive success had that been implemented about a year ago. However, after switching to another server, I met a couple of guys that had already been here for a while, and that made everything a lot more fun. So now when it comes to the PvE part of H1Z1, so far I think it's lacking tremendously. I don't see any part of it that is interesting or fun, but that doesn't necessarily have to be the case forever. Now this noise and growling here from the churchyard in Pleasant Valley has given me a couple of ideas for, let's say, a worn letter or another type of key. And the idea is that this key should open this door behind me that hopefully could lead to some kind of interesting PvE action gameplay with a lot of unique zombies, maybe a lot of them. And if you're able to fight your way through, you will get rewarded accordingly. And one of the reasons why I have this idea is that I know for a fact that a lot of the people that play this game, they are really into the zombie part of the zombie survival game. And I would really like to see Daybreak Game Company implement something for these type of players, something that makes the zombie experience or the zombie survival game experience a bit more interesting and that adds some interesting content. Now, personally, I'm not a big zombie fan myself. It's something that has caused a lot of, let's say, not so constructive discussions in the past. And since nothing good came out of those discussions, I'd rather avoid them in the future. Oh. You should be ashamed of yourself.
Sorry.
Grave plunderer.
I think, right, there's a couple of those. There's also a couple in military uniforms. We might find one in the military base. Sorry, Mum. We're fucked.
Oh shit. Did you get the parts?
No, I've got another car over the other side, so don't worry.
Alright, cool.
Sorry, I apologise if I'm talking and trying to do something. I always forget something.
Yeah, that's a guy thing, you know. We can't talk and drive or do other things at the same time, you know. That's for girls.
Yeah, exactly. Multitasking.
Yeah. Multitasking, yeah. Guys can't do that. Unless you're Korean, you can't multitask as a guy. That's impossible. Have you tried walking down the street and chewing gum at the same time? You ever tried it?
Yeah. Oh.
You have? I tried it
yeah.
I tried it like, I think it was in April. I ended up in a hospital for 2 months.
I really hope you're joking.
Okay.
Is that you?
No. Oh, it was a bunny.
Oh, nice.
Poor little bunny stepped on a landmine.
You need different tools for
Loading a
taking
gun.
down a deer.
Who is?
That guy was loading a weapon.
People are trying to like move away from the system that requires that. It's like
What the fuck?
Like, you're
They turn into zombies that
less
quick?
involved.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, it's really fast that you turn into zombie.
Yeah.
You're like my dad this whole time, by the way. Like, we could hear you TV.
Yeah, they should fix that shit.
He didn't have a gun though.
Yeah, it's really fast.
Bullshit.
Try to bring him to opposite the police station, Cookie. Try to bring him here, close. Try to bring him close. Yeah. He's bleeding. I hit him.
Jump on the ATV, Matty. Go with Cookie. Jump on the ATV.
I'm behind you, I'm behind you. Yeah, go. He stopped. Just tell me if you see him. Kill him.
Good man.
Oh, but I died. I died. Yeah, get the loot and no, wait. 1 HP. What the fuck?
Can you bandage? You're still alive here.
Is this a bug or something? It looks like I'm dead on in the group, but I have 1 HP. Let me log out and get back in.
No problem.
Yeah. I might not be able to spawn in at the same place though. I think I got bugged.
I'll try your name again in a few minutes.
Oh, wait. Am I still in the group for you? Can you still hear me?
Yeah, I can.
Strange, I logged out and got back in. Yeah.
You're not in the group anymore, but I still see your name in white. Like, you're still able to talk in the group, but you're not in the group.
Get these up, shall we?
Wait, it looks like I'm on another server now. Can you still hear me?
Yeah, can hear you.
I'm not even on the same server anymore. That's the funny thing. I logged out and I logged in on another server. I'm on another character on another server. Hang on, I'll see if I can get back in here. This is a funny bug. I'm talking to you through different servers. Can you still hear me?
Yeah, can still hear you.
Weird. Yeah, I'm here with one HP.
No way, bandage.
Yeah, man! I did it! I'm alive!
Listen.
I'm alive! Did he have a lot of stuff, the guy?
Yeah, I think Cookie grabbed most of it.
So now for the last part of the video, I'd like to show you something that piqued my interest quite a bit. From time to time, a message popped up saying a strange zombie has appeared, seek him out or suffer the consequences. So I will show you what it looked like when I encountered this zombie for the first time actually. And with that, I hope you enjoyed the video and I want to thank you all for watching.